question is about the effect being with others has on one's energy. I've noted that people seem to be affected in different ways, some becoming depleted and exhausted, while others become more invigorated and energized. If one's energy tends to get depleted by being in a group of people, is there a way to guard against this, or is it best to avoid these situations if at all possible? People come to the renunciate house because there's a transmission of energy that takes place. Okay? When you practice with others, it can be a very beneficial thing. If you are in a group where you feel like your energy is being depleted, whatever, then why are you hanging out there? Why are you going there? There's nothing to be fearful of. You know, people get into this, oh, it's a vampire, they're sucking my energy, you know. I need to protect myself. There's nothing you need to protect yourself from. The ultimate or absolute or God runs like a thread through all of existence. What is greater than that? The so-called evil and all this other stuff that's drawing, pulling energy is stuck in ego. Okay? It's stuck in illusion. What do you fear from illusion? So all of this New Age stuff, I need to put a bubble around myself and I need to protect myself and, you know. Did Christ put a bubble around him? Wait a minute, before I go out and deal with these guys and cast out the demons, I need to put a bubble around myself because I need to stay protected. No. Even in the allegory in the Bible about Satan, Satan was not born evil. Satan was the head of the choir of angels. He went into ego. He became egotistical. Therefore, he became Satan. So what is there to fear in egotistical? That's not what created everything. That's not what has the ultimate power for anything. It's in delusion. Okay? So you're going to fear and need to protect yourself from delusion. And when you do that, you even just are projecting the very thing you fear. You're creating more of the same. So you're fighting a no-win battle in that. And that's why in part of the path there is to challenge those fears you have. And if you're focused on that, I guarantee there will be that challenge that will come up. I know. I was foolish enough to be caught in that at one point. So I speak from experience on this one. And I've encountered those that do black magic and all this other nonsense. And was absolutely terrorized for a time in my journey. And was in the middle of the floor just cowering like this. I could feel this presence coming. Absolutely terrorized. And it took quite some time to find out. Fighting it didn't help, it only gave it more energy, more power. Trying to love it didn't help, only fed it more power and energy. That didn't work either. The only thing that finally worked was turning a blind eye to it. Just sitting and not giving it any energy in one direction or another. Then it dissipated, went back to where it came from, and that was the end of that. So there's nothing to fear in this black magic or any of this stuff. Absolutely nothing to fear in it. You don't give it any energy. Then it goes back to where it came from. And then the one that's in it has to deal with it. In this instance, they died. They died from their own creation. Okay. Ball game over. But if you're in fear and thinking you need to protect and you're doing all these mantras for this, then you're basically creating that. The mind can be very creative. So if you want to continue to create duality of good and evil, if you're striving only towards good, guess what? They got the flip side of the coin as well. This is the world of duality. Okay? If you're trying with the pendulum just to swing in one way, I got news for you. It swings back again. So this is why the path is about finally using the practices so this swinging pendulum loses its momentum. The pendulum of mind loses its momentum. Until it becomes still. And when it becomes still, and there's no more thought running that's creating duality, then what was before duality is known. It's lived. It's the reality. So this is not about trying to do affirmations and convince yourself of something. This is about having practices which allow the mind to burn itself out or to gradually slow down and still. Again, why we come back to the balanced breath. Why I don't give a breath of fire. Because if people are coming in, and I've spoken with one guru about this, that if somebody is in the midst of a Kundalini awakening and you're doing this breath of fire, and the one channel is open more than the other, what happens is they are going to really become uncentered, ungrounded. So we need to come to balance. The path is about coming to balance.